Alright, welcome back. Yeah, this is the rare bonus stream. I mean, in the sense of, well, to prevent, footage being lost from a stream because, in case people are new with YouTube's recording streams, whatever, that the limits of, like, how long you could stream, well, I mean, technically you could stream as long as you want, but, I say but, if you want the limit of how long it will be recorded, well, in the sense of, if you get past, let's say around, I think, 11 hours and 23 or 4 minutes, that's where they'll stop recording and stuff. Which I learned that the hard way from Assassin's Creed Valhalla stream, but alas, that wasn't much of a loss because it's like, well, since Assassin's Creed Valhalla is infamous having like basically a lot of like exploring that wastes your fucking time. Like, I mean, like a lot. Me?
One hit contest. Everyone all right?
Wait. Nah. But maybe, like, at some point I should make a rotten that's purposely, like, having a lot of flaws. See, this one needs to. Nothing. If it was New Vegas, they wouldn't waste my time with nothing.
Everything we've seen, I can't imagine what we're going to find in there.
Let's wait. Oops. Let's oh boy, a cutscene.
Yes, I know you're hungry. Be patient. I'll feed you soon enough. Just a guest. The one I told you about. The inspector. Welcome. We were just talking about you. You and I are standing in the presence of royalty. Don't worry. You'll meet her soon enough. I know what you've done. Hijacked Phaeton. Contaminated the air we breathe with your poison. You think you've saved this colony? All you've done is robbed Halcyon of its last chance at real happiness.
I don't know. I feel
And
pretty fake.
you've angered my queen.
I don't know. I must admit, I find myself somewhat fascinated by his bizarre diatribe.
I got tired of listening to this jackass when he called us on the ship.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to feed you to the queen, and then I'm going to find a way to repair the damage you've done. Don't be afraid. She can smell fear, and it makes her absolutely ravenous. Your Highness! Dinner is served. Wait, no, not me. Damn! Merciful law! Stop!
Not surprising. That's what you get for being a simp.
Mr. Ludovico, sir?
Oh shit, there's a hellfire. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing I need. Okay, let's get the medic gun. Wait, what if I just bring my pal to just melt him? Because Sam does what he does best. Wait. No, I think. No, it'd be worth it here. The line. Oh. Oh, yeah. Curse you, anti-fast travel. Yeah, let's just get... But yeah, let's just get Sam. Because he has a lot of health, and he'll clean the parasite up by exterminating. Okay, also... we have to use long range. Wait, I thought I could even, oh wait. Oh, never mind. Unfortunately.
I don't much care if you work for the adjutant. You want my respect? Show respect.
Wait, since we're just fighting the queen, which not surprising. Queen has no dialogue. Let's try. Unfortunately, this is outdated. Yeah, let's just get that. Because since we're not... like, obviously dealing with this creature peacefully, we gotta make sure we have skills to shoot the hell out of that thing. Reduce a sway. Okay, wait, at that point, I'm just getting ready for pure combat. That is not needed because we're just gonna kill a monster. There's no negotiating with that thing, That's just a... Okay, let's just reorganize things. Like putting... like unknown manifest. Dude. After this level up, I think I'll increase, like, because this is the point, like, things are actually breaking aggressively fast. Okay, thank goodness though that the game respectively lets you interrupt like the elevator in case you felt like, okay, no wait, that was a mistake, I don't want to waste my time. Which, I mean, usually most games would make you pay the price for accidentally using the elevator. Okay, this time we got someone very fitting for this.
Yes, I know you're hungry. Be patient. Well, and you've angered my queen. The queen of symbiotes, a creature of endless compassion and unfathomable intelligence. The next sovereign of Halcyon. Here's what's Don't, Your Highness.
Not worth.
Well, and you've angered my queen. I beg your pardon. Oh, you're worse than those people who talk in the middle of a picture. You really couldn't let me have my moment. Here's what's... Your Highness.
That was worth it for just to disrespect him.
Well, and I beg your pardon. Here. Well, and you've angered my queen.
SAM units are programmed to never disagree with the customer.
I got tired of listening to this jackass when he called us on the ship.
Here, Your Highness.
Damn. He just fucking. What if I could?
Welcome. And I beg your pardon. Your Highness.
Dirt alert! Dirt alert!
Oh wait, what if I just kill her myself? Because I do need it.
Well? And... Your Highness?
Mr. Ludovico, sir?
Oh, I had to do it quicker then. God damn, they do not last long. Do I need to have drugs that stop them from just perishing? Oh, 25 armor part doesn't help much. Oh wait. Actually, natural healing. Why don't we do that?
Well?
Quick,
And-
disrespect him.
Your Highness?
Mr. Ludovico,
It's not me. Back, one.
Clean up the competition.
Oh, here's a skeleton. Ooh, and an elephant
This area
and
has been
his
sanitized.
Nova Blast. How nice. Oh, he's not even dangerous like... Honestly, that just feels... And the dude didn't even last that long in her stomach either. She just really got digested quick. Let's see. This one has the coat of arms. Let's see, what's the heavy one here? Oh yeah, this Nova Blast. It shoots multiple. And it's a high level weapon. shotgun assault rifle. Interesting.
You made it. I guess happy customers really are repeat customers. Here, I had something I wanted to give you. This is a golden ticket, good for one free tour of the Purpleberry Orchards. This is my way of showing you that I appreciate you just for being alive. Well, no, I suppose I appreciate you for all types of reasons. For example, despite your obvious talent for violence, you're not killing me. That's a reasonable point, friend. But it turns out you didn't need my help at all. I do regret the untimely demise of our broodmother, but my passenger is flooding my brain with all sorts of happy feelings, so I don't mind all that much. Oh, that's what I call the slug I've bonded with. It's gonna be a part of me until I pass through the gates of oblivion and my atoms scatter into the void.
Gates of Oblivion? We gotta put him in oblivion. Throw him in oblivion to save him. It's the same place we needed.
There's only room for one slug boss on Eridanos.
I must have dreamed up 100 different ways to kill Ludovico. I'll be honest, eaten alive by the queen of the brain slugs wasn't on that list. Is that so strange? I imagined this moment would be a little more cathartic. But Belinda's still gone, and I don't feel all that different. I can't go back to the way things were. I can't return to my old life because it was never my life to begin with. It was shared. Never mind, you don't need to listen to this. Thank you again for your help, Captain. I never would have made it this far without you.
Ludovico was eaten by a giant slug? What an absolute tragedy.
I'll be honest. I imagined this moment would be a little more cathartic. Never mind. Thank you for everything. If you're lucky, we'll cross orbits again.
Once again, respec. careful. Unfortunately. Maybe I'll make a Giga.
I must have. I'll be honest. Eaten a. I imagine this moment would be a little more cathartic. I. Never.
I just really wish they didn't deny me of my speech coach.
Welcome back, Captain. Or shall I call you Inspector? What can I do for you? How can I be of assistance? Welcome. During your absence, I passed the time by simulating a number of hypothetical conclusions to this case. Unfortunately, my understanding of the facts is limited, and my appraisal of the individuals involved is not flattering. Therefore, my conclusions are inaccurate. My simulations have yielded several possible causes of death. Halcyon Helen may have been killed by one or all of the following: asphyxiating on Rizzo's Spectrum Brown, grappling with a primal while inebriated, killed by an overzealous fan, death by automechanical, or profound loneliness. How close were my estimations? Please, do so. Administrator Ludovico killed Halcyon Helen? I have been programmed to simulate contempt and mild surprise. Mr. Ludovico had the audacity to hire you to solve a murder he committed? I am contemptuous and mildly surprised. This information is valuable to me. I will update my behavior simulation protocol accordingly. Thank you, Captain. How can I be of assistance? See you.
Okay. Let's try. Durability lost. Again, that's like becoming a little too common. What else? I don't have any quests.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Actually, I need to put away some stuff. Alright, that got the weight out of me. What else?
I hope you're not thinking of ingratiating yourself with the board. Chairman Rockwell and his cronies are not your friends. They might tempt you with promises of wealth. What's on your mind? You absolutely should. Sarcasm, the last refuge of the witless. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The enemy is bound to discover my hideout sooner or later. I'm prepared for that eventuality. This is just my way of buying myself a little time. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my... that should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Alright, you know what? I feel like the amount of content we have, I think it's about time to have the end game.
Son, you have a message.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Meet me in my office.
Adjutant? We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Not so fast. All right, you're clear.
Alright, you know what? Let's just have some fun. 'Cause we're not gonna quite nice.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my...
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival. The signal you sent us is experiencing some interference. We're going to monitor Wells until we're ready to make a move. I asked you here to discuss something far more important. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
So that's your solution. Put the whole colony on ice. People ain't gonna stand for this. We'll fight back. We'll tear down the walls of Byzantium.
No, Mr. Millstone, you will not. The workers of Halcyon will do exactly as they are told, as they always have. Your dreams of a people's revolution are the juvenile fantasies of a frustrated child. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse. But there is a way to save it. I'll answer however I can. We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. Malnutrition, disease, high mortality rates. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful. I'm sure you remember Dr. Anton Crane. His research was instrumental in developing a powerful appetite suppressant. The solution is a temporary one. Before long, our workers are going to feel the effects of starvation. The Lifetime Employment Program is our only viable option. The Lifetime Employment Program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. There's no dark secret buried in the fine print. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work. Byzantium is the beating heart of our colony. And as long as Byzantium survives, Halcyon may one day recover from the collapse. We must protect this city at any cost. Help me execute the Lifetime Employment Program, and you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium. You will live in comfort and want for nothing. When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate. I've served the board long enough to understand its weaknesses. Running a colony requires swift and decisive action. The board is slow, ponderous, and prone to squabbling. That's why I'm relying on you. You deliver results without the paperwork. When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you. You've demonstrated your ability to place duty above sentiment. And you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive bureaucrats. Do you know how many meetings I have to sit through? How many papers I have to sign before I can make one decision? I'm only trying to rescue Halcyon from extinction. I can't save this colony alone. I need someone capable of working outside the system. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
Are you out of your mind? We're not gonna murder a town of innocent people.
You will do exactly as you're told, or I will have you shot for insubordination. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you. You replaced a loyal, if hard-headed, town leader with a revolutionary. Adelaide's people have turned Edgewater into a hub of dissidents. These people are dangerous. They're going to become more dangerous after the collapse. We need to put them down. The dissidents currently occupying Edgewater answer to no one. They're an unknown, unpredictable variable, and I can't have that. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed. Don't fool yourself. The dissidents occupying Edgewater are rebels harboring dangerous and seditious ideas. Left to their own devices, their numbers will grow. Graham Bryant and his merry band of morons caused enough trouble on Monarch. I won't risk the same thing happening in Edgewater. No, allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision is insane. What I'm suggesting is absolutely
No, not
logical.
really.
Steal your... Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you. I'm disappointed. I was so sure you had potential.
I do have potential. I'm not going to use it on you.
All germs and contaminants
Honestly,
have
your
been
extinction
neutralized.
is preferable. Imagine acting all hot shit like, yes, I can take you on. Dies.
Wow. Nice work.
Yeah, no, let's just destroy the board. It's funnier that way. The fact that we're gonna fight the board anyway, we better get damage to kill him.
What? Gas is incoming!
Powered with prejudice.
Wow, they have so little health, they're not gonna die.
Performance evaluation is failing.
Putting him in a state of complete annihilation seems like a more fun outcome. Scared? Oh, why would you be scared? Yeah, that's my combat. Like.
Detected.
Extinction is just a more hilarious option.
That's the last of it!
And that's my money back. That's a lot of money. Oops, I did not know he's anti. Uh-oh. Oh, I killed that guy. Oh, Rich.
Grizzle.
Well, it's the last in our action ball well.
Sanitary measures.
Heads up, boss! Bring him down! That's the last of him!
What a pleasure. I haven't had this much company in quite some time. Ideally hope I'm not imagining this. Excellent! I knew there was hope. Once the Earth Directorate learns of our plight here, they'll have to send help. Yes! We just have to hold out until then. You are a bold one indeed. But boldness may not be enough. Unfortunately, the Earth Directorate, as distant as it may be, is the only power with the reach to curb the board's excesses.
Sorry, customer. That request cannot be found in the file banks.
Believe me, I wish I could offer a more concrete plan. Unfortunately, our options, my options anyway, are limited. Haven't you heard? Chairman Rockwell and I are on a goodwill tour of the colony as we speak. Except for the bit about my suddenly coming down with stomach flu last year. That truly happened. Probably because I've no interest in being his puppet. My predecessor was content to serve as Rockwell's lapdog. When he saw I meant to oppose him, he made sure I'd have little opportunity to. Aside from battalions of UDL security forces, most of Halcyon knows my name and face, so I could hardly evade Rockwell for long. Besides, remaining close has allowed me to learn just how wrong things have gone around here. It's quite all right. I've got every back issue of Dissident Hunter to keep me company. Are you telling me you haven't read one? They're fabulously entertaining.
Gotta side with the Minister on that one. Dissident Hunter's a work of genuine culture.
Also, they're a surprisingly useful means of ascertaining what's going on in the broader colony. The board's most pressing grievances tend to feature heavily as the problem of the week. Sometimes it's factory strikes, other times it's dissenters. Why, I do all the work no one else wants to do. I write reports no one ever reads, monitor colony statistics that no one pays attention to. When I'm not being conscripted to perform in the chairman's propaganda, of course. That's what I tell myself, but it can be rather dispiriting. Halcyon is headed for a collapse, and no one seems inclined to do anything about it.
I'm inclined to do something about it. Just give me a tossball stick and 10 minutes alone with the chairman.
a fine thought, but I'm afraid you underestimate how deep these problems run, and how long they've persisted. How delightful. What is it? The latest issue of Dissident Hunter! I've been waiting for this. Most of what passes for entertainment here is appalling.
Oh, for the good old days when you could simply ask a menial for refreshment.
That's a lot of money. You should have made a noise.
Alert!
Best there ever was.
What?
Pretend we're strangers. The board's...
All the rest.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now. Welcome. How can I be of assistance? Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
I mean, we can't be outlaws if the rule has no claim, no power.
You've done fine work for Sublight. By the transitive property of reputation, I am now in Sublight's good books. Well done. What's on your mind? Certainly. How can I help? It wouldn't... I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
You got a second?
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call wordplay. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Got a list right here. Thrilling tales of the unreliable. Or maybe spine-chilling stories from the edge of the system. Was also considering astounding adventures in the ether. I'm partial to that last one. Not bad. Got a nice ring to it. Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. Enough to boost my pay? I'm just kidding, boss. I know you don't pay me. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Welcome back. How can I be of assistance? We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years, but just recently was found. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold. Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxiation due to loss of pressurization. Are you breathing comfortably, Captain? I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2. Or the Sun.
The Hope.
Huh?
Yeah! Now that was fun! Take him down! Oh, that's the last of him! You boss!
Ready patrol initiated.
That's the last of them. All right.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
You get tired of patrolling?
Make quite a team, my friend.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Wait. another save. And I'm gonna do... Yeah, I'm just gonna purposely give myself the item. Let's see. I hope I can actually have an outfit. Let's see. Making me so freaking stupid I can actually initiate this ending. Alright.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. Are you... And also potentially kill an entire... Jump-starting the skip drive. I wouldn't...
Worst ways to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
Wait.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2. I wouldn't advise that, Captain.
Worst ways to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
Stand back, Gator. I know numbers real good.
Well, I literally can't dispute that. Please with the daily ship log note that I defer to the captain against my better judgment. I am programmed not to ignore an order, after all.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die. These calculations don't look right. Why is this number negative?
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something.
Alright, let's see. Oh, God. Here we go. Oh God, I know where it's pointed at. Whoopsies.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped... Are you sure? And also potentially jump-starting the skip drive. I wouldn't...
Worst ways to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
All right. It is in your hands now, Captain. I trust you, in so much as my presets allow.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Let's see if my calculation does something anything different. Is correct this time.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Let's do it again.
Processor change.
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Dr. Wells. The transmission is marked with priority status.
You were just...
Alright, I gotta take a bathroom break. Okay, let's see.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
Thanks the law you warned me. I was able to get some defenses up, but they might not be enough. The board has sent some serious firepower to pry me out of here. They're trying to get in here, and I'm not sure I can stop them. If they capture me, if we can't communicate again, there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible? How can I be of assistance? We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Do that again?
It's alright, his personal file. The Hope made it to her after all. 20 years too late. The board doesn't know what to do with an entire ship full of frozen colonists, so naturally they're going to leave him there. Brits tell us the revival is impossible. They tried absolutely nothing, and apparently they're all out of options. Balderdash several regeneration after long-term hibernation is really just a question. Secretary, I am quite confident. Oh wait, oh, just a pause. Okay. Well, I find a way to revive the Hope's colonists if only the corporate would authorize my request. Frankly, I don't see why I need permission of my employee to conduct experiments in the name of scientific experiment, like advancement. What nonsense. Did Newton beg permission from his employee before he discovered the 3 laws of motion? Genius is not burdened by genius is not be burdened by the vessels of bureaucrats, but besides, the Hope has cargoes of 100 of thousands colonists. The board expects a few to go missing. 113 seconds now, new record. Most of the royal, my subject, last 93 seconds on average, but before on total liquid will reduce them to several gallons of organic soup. Upon reason. 1 and 13 seconds of screaming. The subject was stronger than the others, but in the end, his body failed to survive the revival process. He was my 12th subject to die. I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this, strictly speaking. I do know the Hope has 100,000 of colonists. I only experiment 12. How many experiments before I successfully revive a single subject? 1, 10, 100, 500? It's a difficult. If I can experiment one subject every month, would not make a dent in the Hope's power. Can still hear the screaming. Trouble is sleeping. Trouble conscious. On to subject number 13. Final entry. I always expect this to happen. The board finally discovered what I had done and sent their headhunters to track me down, but they never find me. They say I'm a murderer, and they're right. I regret what I've done, but I'm not about to turn myself into the board. I am not going to begging for the boards for forgiveness. The only Hope's colonists can forgive me what I've done. They're the only people who could set things right. I'm going to find a way to revive them, no matter how long I have to stay here. Got my notes with me. Got equipment.
I am a Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Doc Wells never hurt nobody. Just a kindly old fella living by his lonesome up in the rings, tinkering at his table. The board just couldn't leave him be.
Mr. Phineas is just about the only person with power trying to do any kind of good in Halcyon. We gotta bust him out.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
We gonna prepare? Sure. Guess I could give my ass-kicking boots another coat of polish. You got some sort of plan in mind?
Now that's a program I can get behind.
Thinking on your feet's more important anyhow.
Yes, who needs a plan?
Okay, let's just hope we can
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Yeah, let's just use him.
This is Halcyon.
Hello. Welcome to the office of the Rep. How might I assist you today? My sincerest apologies, but I'm afraid I don't understand. Other guy? Regretfully, that name... Now, if you have nothing further, please excuse yourself. I am the board's representative here on Groundbreaker. You may call me Mr. Silva, or Sir, whichever you prefer. If you're asking why he no longer sits at this desk, that's simple enough. His employment with Halcyon Holdings was terminated. If you're instead inquiring as to the precise location of his body, may I help you with anything else? I haven't asked, nor do I care to know. I heard screams, in point of fact, from down the waste disposal hall. Now you know as much as I do.
Wow, nice work.
I don't want any trouble out of you.
We interrupt your regular...
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka.
You should... Don't take my word. Don't take my word.
Alright, let's do this. Just making sure I have... Okay, now that's an extra bit of armor rating. Alright.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
I'll just take a bathroom break and I'll be back. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Tartarus.
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return. Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform. until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed. I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead. All right. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the idea of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
What do I pick? You know, I think I'll pick that.
The captain did right by us. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardat.
Somebody clean up.
Flawlessly finished. Area sanitization assessment. The labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
Lead the way, boss. I got your back.
Oh wait, actually, now there's a point. Oh wait. Let's just
flight has arrived. Hey, kid. A little bird told me you could use our help. I said I owed you one. Always pay my debts.
Congratulations, customer. Performing in... Clean, mean, and ready to kill germs. Sanitation and maintenance fulfilled. Required sanitary. Filth level assessment.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
You new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Much appreciated.
One down!
On the job! All germs and contaminants have been neutralized. Resuming passive mode.
What the board wants. Every worker in Halcyon stuffed into one of those chambers.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Take him down!
Everyone all right?
Open fire!
That's what you get.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there and fight!
Are you new here? I didn't think... Oh, that's great. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I don't see what the fuss is about a blast in the...
Getting trash in its
Serves you right, Dissident.
Waste of company ammo.
difficult job ahead? Consider equipping a Packer-Sam Special Solvent Stain-Out Remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splatter.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon. That crackpot's plan is ludicrous. We have steps, action items, budgets, and reports. All he's got is a guilty conscience and lofty dreams. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off. No call for... You unbelievable bastard! Sophia should be the one wasting her time with you, but you killed her. I'll have you hanged, quartered, bankrupted. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself. Is that what you think you're doing? This path of wanton societal disruption? You call that being a savior? I call it sabotage. You know what saboteurs get, Captain? Summary executions. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive. Absolutely not. Akande was always the sociable one, not me. Need I repeat the magic 2 words? Seems like it's me to save Halcyon after all.
That's the last.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress and killed the chairman just to rescue one doddering old man? You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. Ah, all in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can. I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here. You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them. I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours. Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Bolstered by her status as savior of humanity, Lilia Hagen ushered Sublight Salvage to a new golden age. Her company grew bolder and more transparent over time, muddying the line between lawful and criminal for the entire colony. The Sublight family would thrive for years to come. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. Olivia and Minnie Ambrose worked together to cure the marauders Adrena Time had created. Through their partnership as scientist and administrator, they discovered the harmony that had eluded them as mother and daughter. And through years of patience and effort, they discovered the means to wean Halcyon from the scourge of Adrena Time. Their work eventually allowed Wells and his scientists to treat many of Halcyon's marauders. As their addiction waned, the colonists who had lived for so long under the thrall of Adrena Time returned to their communities and loved ones, and joined in the effort to save Halcyon. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Your influence further cemented Ellie's perspective. She understood she could never truly rely on others, so she set about making sure she wouldn't have to. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She enjoyed a long and infamous career running missions across the system. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
honestly, though, I kind of wish there's like a bit more. I mean, in the sense of, well, a bit more content with the side quests, just whatever. Because it feels weird, like for each planet or area, it's like, oh, there's only like 2 side quests, 2 to 3 side quests each, really. Which is like really small. Like, I just really wish there's just more. But it's like, there's not enough. And also, I guess, enemy variants are like very, well, small with a limit. Alright. Jesus, how long these credits are anyway? Like, I kinda dozed off a little bit. And it's still going? Oh god. Oh, this is so good. Well, yeah, it's a short game. Well, even though you saw, well, the surprisingly, like, I don't know, 10 hours streams, whatever, like 3 or 4 of them. 5 of me? I don't know. For sure, it's like still really short. Only because of, I think what makes it worse is relying on the design philosophy of, like, I don't know, having overly sized buildings that take up too much resources. You know, like those Fallout 4 kind of Skyrim buildings where it's like it looks too fucking fat for its own good. Like, sort of that kind of deal. So, pretty much the graphics aspect of anything is just getting in the way of gameplay. Like, in general. Which really sucks. Well, still doesn't suck as much than the Starfield, where it's like actually almost absolutely next to no content. Alright, let's see. Screenshot. Oh, man. But yeah, the game still, like I said, it's just so short. And how many achievements there are left? Let's see. Apparently, 9 hidden achievements. Alright. Mad scientist. Kill. Wait. Jack of all trades. But still fun game, but really short. If there's gonna be, well, I mean, there is gonna be Outer Worlds too, but I just hope for the second one, it's gonna be much more fleshed out. I mean, in the sense of not like having, I don't know, some big size game that's like not just like, oh no, oversized buildings that's gonna take. That just, like, you know, slowly just draining the amount of contents they can do. Because it's just always a strange phenomenon, like, you know, Morrowind having a shit ton of actual handmade quests, despite being technically just considered an original Xbox game, which is wild. Will I find another perfect open world game? Not a long shot. Anyway, there's nothing I can do now since that's been completed. So I guess for now I shall bid farewell, and hopefully after this one, I will finish up like other playthroughs. In like, I don't know, either Demon Souls or Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But very well I like Demon Souls first. Anyway. You have a good night. Or morning, I don't know. But yeah. Farewell. See you later. Bye bye.